Learn English through story. Pride and Prejudice. Pride and Prejudice Reimagined. Chapter 1. A Chance Encounter. In the quaint village of Meryton, where the whispers of societal expectations danced through the air like delicate butterflies, Elizabeth Bennet found herself at the center of a chance encounter that would set the wheels of fate in motion. The Meryton assembly was in full swing, the grand hall adorned with flickering candlelight and the strains of a lively piano filling the air. Elizabeth, with her expressive eyes and quick wit, navigated the sea of faces with a grace that belied her unconventional spirit. As she engaged in witty banter with her sisters and friends, her attention was momentarily stolen by the arrival of a stranger. A tall, imposing figure entered the room, his presence commanding attention. Mr. Fitzwilliam Darcy, the enigmatic and wealthy bachelor from Pemberley, graced Meryton with his rare appearance. The room hushed as whispers of intrigue and curiosity rippled through the gathering. Elizabeth, ever the astute observer, noted the subtle arrogance in Mr. Darcy's demeanor as he surveyed the assembly. The dichotomy between his wealth and the disdainful look he cast upon the assembly did not escape her discerning eyes, and that moment the dance of Pride and Prejudice began, setting the stage for a story that would unravel in unexpected ways. As the evening unfolded, Elizabeth found herself reluctantly drawn into conversation with Mr. Darcy. His reserved manner clashed with her spirited nature, creating sparks of tension that electrified the air. The exchange of words was a battlefield where wit and pride clashed, leaving both participants intrigued and, perhaps, slightly provoked. In this reimagined tale, the chemistry between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy crackled with a tension that transcended the boundaries of societal norms. Their banter became a symphony, each note echoing the complexities of love and pride. Unbeknownst to them, this chance encounter in Meryton would set the stage for a series of events that would alter the course of their lives. The first chapter laid the foundation for a narrative rich in emotion, societal intricacies, and the unfolding drama of love and pride. As the dance continued, readers would find themselves captivated by a story that went beyond the familiar contours of Jane Austen's masterpiece, exploring uncharted territories of the heart and society. Chapter 2. The Mysterious Mr. Darcy. The days following the Meryton assembly were filled with a curious air of anticipation. The residents of Hertfordshire were abuzz with speculations about Mr. Darcy and the spirited Elizabeth Bennet. The mysterious air that surrounded Pemberley's air only intensified, casting a captivating allure over the small community. In the wake of that chance encounter, Elizabeth found herself pondering the enigma that was Mr. Darcy. His reserved demeanor and the contradictions that lingered beneath the surface fueled her curiosity. She couldn't deny the sparks that had ignited during their conversation, a spark that hinted at a connection beyond the societal norms that sought to dictate their interactions. As the story unfolded, readers were taken on a journey into Mr. Darcy's world, a world shrouded in privilege, responsibility, and the weight of societal expectations. His grand estate, Pemberley, stood as a testament to his station. Yet the walls of the imposing mansion hid secrets and vulnerabilities that only a select few were privy to. In this reimagined narrative, the mysterious Mr. Darcy became more than just a wealthy bachelor with a proud demeanor. His character evolved into a complex tapestry, woven with insecurities, a longing for connection, and the burden of living up to the expectations of his lineage. As Elizabeth delved deeper into the layers of his persona, she discovered a man at odds with his own heart. The dance between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy continued, each step revealing new facets of their characters. The societal expectations that sought to keep them apart became threads in the intricate tapestry of their love story, and the quiet moments between grand balls and societal gatherings, the unspoken connection between them grew. Like a delicate bloom in the moonlit garden of Pemberley, the second chapter, The Mysterious Mr. Darcy, beckoned readers into a world where pride and prejudice were not just external forces, but internal struggles faced by characters navigating the complexities of love and societal constraints. As the plot thickened, the allure of Pemberley, the enigma of Mr. Darcy, and the indomitable spirit of Elizabeth Bennet converged, setting the stage for a tale that promised to captivate hearts and defy expectations. Chapter 3, Dance of Deception. The vibrant halls of Pemberley echoed with the anticipation of the grand ball that would mark the pinnacle of the social season. As the evening approached, Elizabeth Bennet found herself caught in the whirlwind of preparation, surrounded by the opulence of Pemberley's grandeur. The air was filled with the intoxicating blend of music, laughter, and the clandestine whispers of societal secrets. The dance of deception unfolded beneath the glittering chandeliers, as masked emotions and hidden desires wove through the intricate steps of the ballroom. The atmosphere crackled with an electrifying tension, and the guests, adorned in their finest attire, masked their true intentions with practiced smiles. As Elizabeth moved through the crowd, her eyes inevitably sought out Mr. Darcy, who stood at the center of the ballroom. A figure of quiet authority, the magnetic pull between them intensified, the unspoken connection now palpable in the charged air. Yet, societal norms dictated that their dance be one of subtlety and discretion. In this reimagined tale, the dance of deception became a metaphor for the intricate game of love and pride that played out amidst the splendor of Pemberley. Elizabeth, guided by her intuition, navigated the maze of masked intentions, aware that every glance, every word, held layers of meaning. Mr. Darcy, too, grappled with the expectations placed upon him, concealing the vulnerability that lurked beneath his composed exterior. The ball became a stage where alliances shifted, alliances formed, and the delicate balance of societal expectations teetered on the edge of revelation. The intricate steps of the dance mirrored the complexities of the heart. As Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy circled each other, their connection growing stronger with every passing moment. As the night unfolded, the dance of deception set the stage for revelations that would shake the foundations of societal norms. Unspoken confessions and stolen glances beneath the moonlit sky hinted at a love that defied the constraints of pride and prejudice. In the shadows of Pemberley, where secrets whispered in the corridors, the story of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy took an unexpected turn, promising a narrative that would unravel the mysteries of the heart. The third chapter left readers on the edge of anticipation, the echoes of the dance lingering in the air like a haunting melody. The stage was set for a tale of love, deception, and the unraveling of societal expectations that would continue to captivate hearts and minds. In the pages that followed, Chapter 4, Unveiling the Truth. The morning sun cast a golden glow over the picturesque grounds of Pemberley, bringing with it a sense of clarity that contrasted with the intrigue of the previous night's ball. As Elizabeth Bennet strolled through the meticulously manicured gardens, the echoes of the dance of deception lingered, but a new day promised revelations and a deeper understanding of the enigmatic Mr. Darcy. In this chapter, The narrative shifted to explore the unfolding truths that had remained concealed beneath the veneer of societal expectations. Elizabeth, guided by an innate sense of curiosity and a burgeoning connection, found herself drawn to the truths hidden within the walls of Pemberley. As she ventured through the estate, Elizabeth uncovered the complexities of Mr. Darcy's past and the burdens he carried. Pemberley, once a symbol of opulence, now became a canvas where vulnerabilities were laid bare, and the truth emerged like delicate blooms in a secluded garden. The truth, it seemed, was a double-edged sword. It revealed not only the flaws and imperfections of Mr. Darcy, but also the resilience and strength that lay beneath his polished exterior. Elizabeth, torn between societal expectations and the burgeoning emotions within her heart, grappled with the unraveling revelations that threatened to rewrite the narrative of love and pride. As the truth unfurled, readers were invited to witness the transformative power of honesty and vulnerability. The connection between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy deepened, transcending the superficial dance of societal norms. The intricacies of their characters, laid bare in the candid light of truth, became the foundation for a love story that defied conventions. The fourth chapter, Unveiling the Truth, marked a turning point in the narrative. The carefully constructed facades began to crumble, making way for a more authentic connection between the characters. The dance of love and pride, once shrouded in mystery, now unfolded with a newfound clarity, promising a story that would resonate beyond the pages of the reimagined classic. Chapter 5, Affairs of the Heart. As the truth revealed itself amidst the opulent halls of Pemberley, the affairs of the heart took center stage. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy, once entangled in the dance of deception, now navigated the uncharted waters of genuine emotions and unspoken desires. In this chapter, the narrative delved into the intricate landscape of burgeoning love and the complexities of navigating an affair of the heart within the rigid constraints of Regency society. Elizabeth, her heart a canvas painted with conflicting emotions, found solace in the stolen moments shared with Mr. Darcy. The verdant gardens of Pemberley became witness to clandestine rendezvous, where whispered confessions and stolen glances spoke volumes. The affairs of the heart unfolded in the shadows, away from the prying eyes of society, as Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy grappled with the undeniable connection that bound them. The societal expectations that had once dictated the course of their interactions now faced a formidable adversary. The undeniable pull of love. Elizabeth, guided by the authenticity of her feelings, and Mr. Darcy, shedding the layers of societal expectations, embarked on a journey that transcended the norms of their time. In this reimagined tale, the affairs of the heart were not confined to grand declarations, but manifested in the subtle nuances of shared glances, the brush of fingertips, and the unspoken understanding that defied the rigid rules of society. The narrative celebrated the vulnerability of love, painting a portrait where the heart, liberated from the shackles of pride and prejudice, reveled in its purest form. As the fifth chapter unfolded, readers were immersed in a narrative that explored the intricacies of love in a world where affairs of the heart were as unpredictable as the dance of the wind. Through the Pemberley Gardens, the story promised to continue its exploration of passion, societal expectations, and the transformative power of love in the chapters that followed. Chapter 6, Society's Expectations. The idyllic days at Pemberley couldn't shield Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy from the relentless gaze of society's expectations. as whispers of their burgeoning connection echoed through the hallowed halls. The dance of love faced its fiercest adversary, the judgmental eyes of Regency society. In this chapter, the narrative shifted to explore the challenges posed by societal expectations, which cast a looming shadow over the blossoming romance, the clandestine affairs of the heart. Once a refuge, now faced the scrutiny of a society steeped in rigid traditions and unwavering expectations. Elizabeth, the spirited heroine, found herself at the intersection of love and duty. The weight of societal judgment pressed upon her shoulders, urging her to conform to the norms that dictated the trajectory of her life. Mr. Darcy, too, faced the relentless scrutiny of his peers, his actions dissected and analyzed within the confines of Pemberley's aristocratic circles. As the societal noose tightened, the couple was forced to confront the harsh reality of their forbidden love, the delicate balance between affairs of the heart and societal expectations teetered on the edge of peril. And Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy were faced with a choice: succumb to the pressures of society or defy conventions in the name of love. The unfolding drama explored themes of resilience, sacrifice, and the indomitable spirit of love that refused to be confined by the rigid constraints of societal norms. Elizabeth, guided by an unwavering spirit, and Mr. Darcy, grappling with the consequences of defying expectations, embarked on a journey that would test the strength of their connection. In the midst of societal whispers and disapproving glances, the narrative celebrated the triumph of love over conformity. The sixth chapter, Society's Expectations, marked a crucial juncture in the tale, where the characters faced the formidable challenge of navigating the treacherous waters of societal judgment. As the story unfolded, readers were left on the edge of anticipation, eager to discover whether love would emerge victorious in the face of societal expectations. Chapter 7: In the Shadows of Pemberley. As society's expectations cast their long shadows over Pemberley, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy sought refuge in the quieter corners of the estate, away from the prying eyes and judgmental whispers. In the shadows of Pemberley, where the sun's golden rays struggled to penetrate, the couple found solace in the intimacy of stolen moments. This chapter unfolded against the backdrop of hidden gardens and secluded alcoves, where the verdant landscape provided a sanctuary for their forbidden love. In the hushed conversations beneath ancient oaks and the stolen kisses amidst fragrant blooms, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy discovered the strength to defy societal expectations. In this reimagined tale, the shadows of Pemberley became a metaphor for the challenges that tested the resilience of their love. As the couple navigated the delicate balance between passion and propriety, the shadows whispered tales of sacrifice and determination. The once pristine facade of Pemberley now bore witness to the unraveling emotions that colored the narrative with shades of love, defiance, and undeniable yearning. As the narrative unfolded, readers were drawn into the clandestine world of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, where every stolen glance and secret rendezvous became a declaration of their commitment to one another. The shadows, once ominous, now became a shield, protecting their love from the harsh light of societal judgment. The seventh chapter, In the Shadows of Pemberley, invited readers to explore the transformative power of love in the face of adversity. The story, now intricately woven with the threads of passion and resistance, promised to unravel further in the chapters that followed, beckoning readers into a world where the shadows held the secrets of an unforgettable love story. Chapter 8: Love's Quandary. as the affair of the heart unfolded and the shadows of Pemberley. The complexities of love reached a crossroads in this chapter, titled Love's Quandary. The narrative delved into the intricate dilemmas that tested the endurance of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's connection, the clandestine nature of their love affair. Once a source of exhilaration, now presented a quandary that demanded resolution. The whispers of society's disapproval echoed louder, and the weight of societal expectations bore down on the couple, threatening to fracture the delicate threads that bound them together. Elizabeth, torn between the fervor of her heart and the societal norms that sought to dictate her destiny, grappled with a decision that could alter the course of her life. Mr. Darcy, too, faced the harsh realities of love's quandary, caught between the desire to protect Elizabeth and the responsibilities that came with his station. As the narrative unfolded, readers were invited to navigate the emotional labyrinth that defined love's quandary. The choices made in the shadows of Pemberley would reverberate through the pages, shaping the destiny of the characters and the trajectory of their forbidden love. The 8th chapter explored themes of sacrifice, loyalty, and the indomitable spirit of love that refused to be extinguished. In the quandary of conflicting emotions and societal expectations, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy stood at a precipice, their choices poised to unravel the delicate dance they had woven. As the story ventured deeper into the intricacies of love's quandary, readers were left on the edge of anticipation, eager to witness whether the couple could navigate the challenges that lay ahead. The narrative promised a journey that would test the resilience of love against the backdrop of societal norms, ensuring that the pages that followed would be steeped in drama, passion, and the relentless pursuit of love's triumph. Chapter 9, Whispers of Scandal. In the wake of love's quandary, the shadows of Pemberley seemed to harbor not only the tender echoes of clandestine affection, but also the ominous whispers of scandal. The clandestine affair that had flourished beneath the watchful gaze of society now stood at the precipice of exposure. This chapter, titled Whispers of Scandal, unfurled against the backdrop of gossip played in ballrooms and judgmental glances. Society, always hungry for intrigue, caught wind of the forbidden love that had taken root in the heart of Pemberley. The tendrils of scandal slithered through the estate, threatening to unravel the carefully woven tapestry of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's secret romance. As whispers turned into hushed conversations, and speculative gazes lingered a moment too long, the couple found themselves ensnared in a web of societal scrutiny. The once secretive alcoves of Pemberley became corridors echoing with the murmurs of scandal, and the love that had flourished in the shadows now faced the harsh light of potential exposure. Elizabeth, defiant yet vulnerable, grappled with the repercussions of society's judgment. Mr. Darcy, bound by duty and honor, faced the dilemma of shielding the woman he loved from the scandal that threatened to tarnish her reputation. In this reimagined tale, Whispers of Scandal explored the fragility of love in the face of societal scrutiny. The narrative delved into the characters' resilience as they confronted the impending storm of scandal, their love tested by the relentless whispers that sought to unravel the very foundation upon which it stood. The 9th chapter promised a tumultuous journey, where the characters would confront the harsh realities of societal judgment. As the story continued to unfold, readers were poised on the edge of suspense, eager to discover whether love could endure the storm of scandal or if the tendrils of societal disapproval would succeed in tearing the forbidden lovers apart. Chapter 10, A Garden of Secrets. Amidst the looming whispers of scandal, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy sought refuge in the sanctuary of Pemberley's hidden garden, a haven of blossoms and secrets, where the fragrant blooms masked the tumultuous currents swirling outside its confines. In this chapter, aptly titled A Garden of Secrets, the narrative unfolded in the secluded beauty of nature, away from the prying eyes of society. The garden, lush with vibrant hues and the intoxicating perfume of flowers, became a metaphor for the resilience of love. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, bound by their clandestine affair, navigated the intricate paths that mirrored the complexities of their relationship. In the shelter of blossoming petals and the gentle rustle of leaves, they found solace, their love flourishing in the face of external turmoil. As the tendrils of scandal extended beyond the garden's borders, the couple's connection deepened amidst the verdant foliage. Conversations turned introspective, confessions spilled like petals in the wind, and the characters confronted the profound impact of societal judgment on their hearts. The garden, with its hidden nooks and whispered promises, became a silent witness to the unraveling drama. Every stolen moment and shared secret further fortified the bond between Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, transforming the garden into a tapestry of love, defiance, and the enduring strength found in the midst of adversity. In A Garden of Secrets, readers were invited to explore the intimate spaces where love bloomed, even as the storm of scandal raged beyond. The narrative promised a delicate balance between passion and secrecy, inviting readers to immerse themselves in the lush beauty of the hidden garden and the profound emotions that unfolded within its sheltered embrace. As the story continued to weave its intricate threads, the pages held the promise of revelations, resolutions, and the timeless allure of a love that dared to blossom against all odds. Chapter 11, The Turning Tide. The turning tide of societal opinion brought a shift to the narrative, as whispers of scandal evolved into a crescendo of disapproval. In this pivotal chapter, The Turning Tide, the characters faced the harsh reality that the clandestine affair, once shrouded in the secrecy of Pemberley's garden, could no longer escape the judgmental gaze of society. The estate, once a haven, now felt like a gilded cage as Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy grappled with the consequences of their love. Laid bare, the turning tide brought forth challenges that tested the resilience of their connection, threatening to erode the foundation upon which their forbidden romance stood. As society's disapproval intensified, the characters were forced to confront the daunting question: could love withstand a relentless onslaught of societal judgment? Elizabeth, ever steadfast, found herself caught between the desire to follow her heart and the weight of societal expectations that sought to dictate her destiny. Mr. Darcy, torn between love and duty, faced the turning tide with a resolve that mirrored the tempestuous waves crashing against the shores of Pemberley. The narrative unfolded with a sense of urgency, every word echoing the impending storm that would either solidify their love or cast it adrift in the sea of societal disapproval. The turning tide promised a narrative filled with emotional upheaval as the characters navigated the tumultuous waters of love, pride, and societal expectations. Readers, now deeply invested in the fates of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, were left on the precipice of anticipation, eager to witness whether the turning tide would usher in a resolution that defied the constraints of societal norms or plunge the lovers into a sea of irreversible consequences. Chapter 12, Confessions in the Moonlight. Under the ethereal glow of the moon, Pemberley became a canvas where confessions painted the night with raw emotions and unspoken truths. In this poignant chapter, Confessions in the Moonlight, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy found themselves at a crossroads, the turning tide of societal judgment propelling them towards a pivotal moment of reckoning. The moonlight, gentle and revealing, cast a luminescent glow upon the characters, as they sought refuge in the shadows of Pemberley's majestic architecture. In this intimate setting, the lovers bared their hearts, laying bare the complexities that had woven their destinies. Together, Elizabeth, guided by the fervor of her emotions, and Mr. Darcy, burdened by the weight of societal expectations, engaged in a conversation that echoed with the vulnerability of confessions. The turning tide had intensified, but beneath the moonlit canopy, they found a sanctuary where the authenticity of their feelings could no longer be obscured. The narrative unfolded with a delicate dance of words, each confession a brushstroke on the canvas of their shared history. The characters navigated the intricacies of love, pride, and sacrifice, laying bare the foundation of their connection and confronting the turning tide with a courage that defied societal norms. As the moon wove its silvery threads through the tapestry of their confessions, readers were immersed in a narrative that celebrated the transformative power of vulnerability. The 12th chapter promised a moment of profound catharsis, where the turning tide of societal judgment collided with the unyielding force of love, leaving indelible marks on the hearts of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. The moonlit confession set the stage for the chapters that followed, where the resolution of their love story would unfold against the backdrop of a society in turmoil. A turning tide that sought to redefine the boundaries of acceptance and defy the predetermined course of their destinies. Chapter 13, Torn Allegiances. In the aftermath of Confessions in the Moonlight, the repercussions of societal judgment cast a shadow over the once tranquil halls of Pemberley. The turning tide had not only exposed the vulnerability of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's love, but also revealed the deep-rooted allegiances that would now be tested under the unforgiving scrutiny of society. The 13th chapter, titled Torn Allegiances, unfolded against a backdrop of conflicting loyalties. The characters found themselves entangled in a web of familial expectations, societal obligations, and the yearning for a love that defied the norms of their time. Elizabeth, torn between the allegiance to her family and the unwavering connection she felt with Mr. Darcy, faced a heart-wrenching dilemma. The turning tide had not only strained the fabric of their romance but also exposed the fault lines within the intricate tapestry of societal expectations. Mr. Darcy, bound by the responsibilities that came with his lineage, grappled with the implications of torn allegiances. The turning tide had not only tested the strength of his love, but also demanded sacrifices that threatened to reshape the course of their intertwined destinies. As the narrative unfolded, readers were drawn into the internal conflicts that define the 13th chapter. The turning tide had set the stage for a profound exploration of the characters' allegiances to love, to duty, and to the unwavering pursuit of personal happiness. The chapter promised an emotional roller coaster, where the characters' decisions would not only shape their individual destinies, but also determine the fate of the love that had weathered the storms of societal judgment. The turning tide now stood at a crossroads, and the torn allegiances would either strengthen the bonds of love or unravel the delicate threads that held Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy's hearts inextricably together. Chapter 14, The Price of Pride. In the penultimate chapter, The Price of Pride, The narrative delved into the profound consequences of torn allegiances and the toll exacted by societal judgment. Pemberley, once a haven of blossoming love, now bore witness to the fractures that had emerged under the weight of conflicting loyalties. The turning tide had ushered in a tempest of emotions, and as the characters confronted the repercussions of their choices, the price of pride became an unmistakable undercurrent in their journey. Elizabeth, grappling with the torn allegiances to family and love, faced the daunting reality that pride, whether societal or personal, demanded sacrifices that resonated beyond the individual. Mr. Darcy, too, felt the weight of pride as he navigated the intricate dance between duty and desire. The once unyielding forehead began to crumble, revealing vulnerabilities that mirrored the cracks in the societal expectations that had dictated the course of their forbidden love. The turning tide, now a relentless force, brought forth a reckoning and examination of the price one must pay for choosing love over conformity. In the halls of Pemberley, amidst the echoes of moonlit confessions and torn allegiances, the characters confronted the consequences of their decisions, and the price of pride became a poignant theme woven into the fabric of their evolving destinies. As the 14th chapter unfolded, readers were drawn into the emotional landscape of a narrative that explored the intricacies of pride, both societal and personal. The turning tide, now a relentless force, stood as a witness to the characters' individual journeys and the collective toll exacted by the societal norms that sought to govern their hearts. The chapter promised a culmination of the narrative threads, setting the stage for the final act where the characters would grapple with the ultimate question: was the price of pride too steep? Or could love emerge victorious despite the tumultuous waters of societal judgment? Chapter 15, Love's Redemption. In the concluding chapter, Love's Redemption, the narrative reached its zenith, offering a resolution to the intricate dance of love, pride, and societal judgment that had unfolded within the storied walls of Pemberley. The turning tide, having tested the character's mettle, now stood on the precipice of redemption. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, having weathered the storms of torn allegiances and the price of pride, found themselves at a crossroads where the true essence of love would be revealed. The turning tide, once a force of societal judgment, now held the promise of redemption, a chance for the characters to redefine their destinies and transcend the limitations imposed by the rigid norms of their era. As the narrative unfolded, the characters grappled with profound realizations, their journeys marked by introspection, growth, and the unwavering pursuit of love's redemption. Pemberley, the witness to their clandestine affair, now became a stage where the final act of the love story played out against the backdrop of societal expectations and personal evolution. Love's redemption, it seemed, required a surrender, a letting go of the pride that had once defined their interactions, and a breaking free from the chains of societal judgment that sought to dictate their happiness. The turning tide, now transformed into a gentle current, guided Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy towards a resolution that promised fulfillment beyond the boundaries of convention. As the concluding chapter unfolded, readers were immersed in a narrative that celebrated the triumph of love over adversity. The turning tide, once a harbinger of societal disapproval, now became a symbol of the character's resilience and the transformative power of love's redemption. The final pages held the promise of closure, a resolution that would leave an indelible mark on the hearts of readers. The turning tide, having ebbed and flowed through the chapters, now receded into the annals of the character's history. leaving behind a love story that defied expectations and stood as a testament to the enduring nature of love's redemption. And so, within the hallowed halls of Pemberley, the turning tide reached its quiet ebb, in the final moments of love's redemption. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy stood together, their hands entwined, and their eyes locked in a shared understanding that transcended the confines of societal norms. The once tumultuous waters of judgment had subsided, leaving in its wake a love story that had weathered the storms of pride, torn allegiances, and the relentless gaze of society. In the quietude of the estate, where whispers of scandal had once danced in the shadows, the characters found a sanctuary, a place where love's redemption had unfolded. Pemberley, now bathed in the soft glow of a setting sun, became a backdrop for the characters' newfound freedom. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, having navigated the complexities of their hearts, embraced the redemption that love had bestowed upon them. The turning tide, having witnessed their journey, now retreated, leaving behind a love story etched into the annals of time. The concluding chapter held the echoes of moonlit confessions, the fragrance of blossoming gardens, and the resilience of love that had defied societal judgment. As readers turned the final pages, a sense of fulfillment lingered, a testament to the transformative power of love's redemption. And so, in the fading light of the day, the love story that had unfolded within the pages of Pride and Prejudice, love's redemption, reached its gentle conclusion. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, having faced the turning tide, emerged not unscathed, but strengthened by the challenges that had shaped their destinies. The story, now eternally woven into the tapestry of classic tales, left behind a legacy, a reminder that love, in all its complexities, had the power to redeem, to transform, and to endure beyond the boundaries of societal expectations. And as the last words faded into the quietude of Pemberley, the turning tide, having fulfilled its purpose, whispered a final farewell, leaving the characters to bask in the glow of a love redeemed, a love that would echo through the ages. Thanks for watching.